Richard Long has been straight in contact with me after the Jack episode was aired to let me know that this wonderful puppet that I credited him with wasn't made by him at all. It was the thing that inspired him to get involved with us in OYT and make puppet. He actually did puppets for a later production, Silas Marner, which is where the confusion has arisen. But this little beauty was created by Matin from Hand to Mouth Theatre Company, who are a puppet theatre company who I discovered in Portswood, halfway between my house at that time and Oakland's Oasis School. And so this was the wonderful puppet that Martin made, along with all the other puppets. I remember we commissioned them now. I can remember what happened. So I'm sorry to Martin and Sue Eaton from Hand to Mouth who made these puppets. This was Jack, the operator's hand there, the egg-shaped head, and the head control stick down here. They were just magnificent puppets. And then when they came, I mean, they look just like the designs. Wonderful creations. So I'm really sorry, that's just my memory, omitting to remember that. But what I can also show you is not only, there's the puppet in use with Kyle, the puppeteer, but you can see we had a cow that was made by a basket, upturned something or other making the horns, and then sackcloth, which Sophie Augustinelli was operating. They were just the most magnificent puppets, and they made an incredible addition to that very, very memorable physical theatre production we did. So sorry for the mess up. And the other thing, not only were Hand to Mouth Theatre a real inspiration, but I couldn't remember the name of the puppet theatre company that inspired me to want to do it, and it was twofold. Partly it was one of our ex-students, Kirsty Housley, who had been involved in a production at the Barbican, and they'd used puppetry. So that was one big thing that was an inspiration. But the real final inspiration was the Blind Summit group, who performed at the Nuffield. And what a fantastic thing they created out of a box. And they kind of did a show that showed how the puppet worked, and the puppet was explaining how it worked, and then they put it down and it said, I can't do anything now. It was just a wonderful little explanation. So that was Jack, and the other person who I forgot to mention, really, really bad, why on earth should I forget to mention her, was Amy Barnett, who did the lighting for Jack. And that was such a crucial part of everything that how Jack looked. So Amy, I'm really sorry to you. Matin and Sue Eaton from Hand to Mouth Theatre in Southampton, I'm really sorry to you. Blind Summit, thank you for the inspiration. And Richard, thank you for the work you did go on to do eventually. And thank you for pointing this out to me before it gets too late and anyone gets upset by my ridiculous old man's memory. So there will be more episodes of Jack, and I'm afraid because those ones have been pre-recorded, they also may carry on with the error.